Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one, I know what you're thinking if you read the title. Mherex, you're crazy. What do you mean? Don't bring Rocker Shawn to 6-star silver. Don't bring Showboat Nakamura to 6-star silver. Well, so let me start with a caveat. If you love somebody and love using them, you're going to play them a lot, and there's no reason not to. That being said, I see a lot of confusion about these two particular cards, and people are like, they're going to double their damage. No, they're not. So I'm going to try and explain that for you so you can understand it, so you can make better choices for your roster. Alright, so easiest way to do this first off is everyone's like, but they go to 6-star silver and their base gem damage goes way up. Absolutely the case. That is true. Their base gem damage goes up. But if you look at Shawn here, you can see his base black gem damage is 14k, 14,923. The move that does all the damage for Shawn is right here, the elbow drop. Deal 93k damage plus 80,535 bonus damage for every black gem. We're going to go to the portal, and we're going to look at one that is all of his stars filled. So you can see Rocker Shawn, 5-star, max filled. That move is still 93k damage plus 80,535 bonus damage for every black gem. So we could increase his base gem damage and it'll do absolutely nothing for that move that does all the damage. So what happens when we take him to 6-star silver? Well, I'm glad you asked, guys. When you take him to 6-star silver, the base damage goes up to 85,343, or about 5,000 gem damage more. Not even, like, roughly 7%-ish is about what the improvement is. So what does that actually mean? Well, if you were hitting for 100 million, or I mean, sorry, 10 million, now you're going to hit for 10.7 million with that move. If you were hitting for 20 million, you're going to hit for 21.4 million. Obviously, there's variables, how many gems you get on multipliers and things like that. But you can see if we make him a bunch of hollows, like 5 hollows, that's still 85k bonus damage for every black gem. The way it works with the multipliers, if it's a ×5 multiplier, it counts as 5 black gems. So no matter what, you're not going up through increasing their levels. What he does get, if you want to look at it, and we'll go full stars for this, so he gets 18.9 million HP maxed out at silver, as opposed to bronze, 9 million. His HP doubles, and his base gem damage doubles. You can see black, 19.3k, up to 38k, right? But that literally does nothing for this move, which is where all of his damage comes from. You have to do a swipe into the multiplies or something like that. Obviously, the damage goes up. But the thing is, health pools are doubling, and gem damage is doubling. So that basically makes his damage half as effective. So you don't, like, the best thing for Rocker, in my opinion, is if you have Prey in the Night plate. I don't have that, because it's super easy to cycle it, right? You cycle it a couple times, hit it, but literally you only need 1 hit point for that. So there's, like, no reason to take Rocker up unless you need it for boss or something else, because he's going to win turn 1 or he's not, right? He either does enough damage or he doesn't, and that 7% doesn't do anything extra for him. I'm going to go back to the game real quick, and I'll explain what I mean. So we go onto the entourage screen and see how the gem damage is still 80k on this move. We can put on generate black gems, and it's not going to go up any, right? Because you're just making more black gems. Let's see. Titus, he won't do anything, right? Now we're just making 10 black gems. You can put a percentage person on, which is what you want to do. In fact, Dude Love instead would be much better. So let's put Dude Love on. He generates 1 and 35%. Now you see how that number went up to 108k? Right? So that's great. And then, like, for your coach, people ask about Boogeyman, Bree, stuff like that. I usually use Bree and Santa Hogan, and then I only have to run 1 MP trainer. and then a lot of times I'll use Dude Love. You can use flats, but as far as flats go, it's going to go up 12k exactly. So we'll go to 120k 723 if we put flat black gem damage on there. And I think I did this. I might have done it on stream for people. I can't remember. Let's just go gem damage. And find Zombie Edge here. There it is. Goes up exactly 12k. It won't go up more than 12k. So Edge is okay. How does that compare to Boogeyman, though? So 127.23. Let's go back to gem damage. Actually, I think I have Boogeyman in previous. No, I don't. Apparently, I've never used Boogeyman. I use different stuff. Well, we can use Austin for 20%. That's 124k 830, so much better than Edge. And that would scale even a little bit better at Silver, right? Because it's 85k instead of 80k. Not a ton, but a tiny amount. Hogan's 15%, which would be the same as Boogie. Slightly better than Edge at 12k. So Edge versus Boogie is slightly better at 6-star bronze. Anyway, I hope you guys are understanding what I'm explaining. And then your medals also affect this number. Right? So what actually doesn't affect that number is your base black gem damage. So I could have 1 million base black gem damage and it wouldn't affect that move at all, if that makes sense. This has nothing to do with that. So your star fills, your levels, all of that have nothing to do with that. The only thing that has anything to do with that move is percentage, trainers, medals, etc. Nakamura, same way, right? Showboat Nakamura. Let's find him. We'll go to talent. We'll look at that move. And I'm not telling you not to take them up. I'm just telling you don't take them up thinking they're going to hit harder, because they're really not, right? Showboat Nakamura, 11k change on his flats. The damage move is, where is it? Right here. So 59k bonus for every yellow. And let's take a look at Nakamura on the board. So this is silver. He's going to go from 59k, 59,287 to a whopping 66,815. So he goes up an entire like 6k on that base one. His is a little closer to, it looks like 10% from bronze to that. And you can see if we make him 4 hollow stars, it is not going to affect that damage at all. It stays exactly the same. So they just don't get a huge bump. Where it will make a difference is when you swipe your gems and break the multiplies, your base damage will affect that, right? So, I mean, Nakamura, what? When you break his 10s, what do you usually get? 3 million, maybe 4 million, that'll go to 6. So maybe in his case, it's enough to keep them down, but he's not going to have a big pin. Right? In Nakamura or Rocker's case, if you're running these movesets, you're not going to have a big pin. So something like, I think Sheamus moves ahead. Like, for example, if you look at Sheamus, you run the multiply moveset at silver. That does work off his base gem damage, all of that jazz. So you have a board full of multiplies of strength 3, and you turn them all red. And now all of a sudden you're getting like 18, 24 million damage, essentially finisher, quote unquote. So they're almost impossible to kick out for most classes at that point. It's going to one-shot most of them. Whereas if Nakamura doesn't do enough, maybe they kick out. So it's just something to think about, that their damage isn't going to go up, and a lot of other people's will. I think you're still going to be fine against low health opponents, people that don't max their characters out, don't have stars filled. But you start getting, you know, base before you get feud buffs and stuff. Showboats are going to have almost 30 million health to start. So you're going to run into like 40, 50 million health Showboats often. And you're simply not going to be able to beat them on your first cycle. And then you're going to start taking hits and stuff. Whereas if you drain most of their life in one big hit, very likely they won't kick out. So that's just kind of my take on it. If you absolutely love them, don't mind this. Don't let it bother you. Don't think I'm saying they're bad, because they're not. I'm just trying to tell people that what they might think is the case isn't going to affect these characters at all. or very minimal compared to other ones, right? So like at striker, I much prefer Rocky 76 with a drip build, for example, than rocker. But maybe you don't have a drip plate. Maybe rocker's still your best, and maybe you want the extra hit points, right? Because that's really all you're taking him up for is the extra hit points. Or if you're using the other builds like in boss battle and stuff. I hope that explains it okay. There's been a lot of confusion around this, so I want to make this video. Should have probably got it out a few hours ago before Talent Up, but better late than never. So if you still don't understand it, let me know. I can try and explain it better. You can hop on a stream and I can try and explain it. Hopefully you understand it better and what makes a difference. Other than that, remember to like, subscribe, and share for hopefully more solid content like this. And thanks for watching, guys. Good luck out there. Mherex guy's totally crazy. What do you mean don't level rocker, Shawn? He's an idiot.